Hello, welcome back to Let's Play Phoenix 2018. In this episode, I'm going to automate my power factory so it turns the generators on and off automatically. Let's get started. Alright, I'm back from the nether. Gas were a little bit scarce. And the bow didn't turn out to be that useful since with the flight mechanic I had, I just went up and hit them with my sword, which has looting, which was nicer. So I ended up with 5 gas tier. I don't plan to make any more mob imprisonment tools right now, but we will in the future, so it's a good thing to have that. But it was nice to go back to nether. I got plenty more nether quartz, more glowstone, things like that. So things you can only find in the nether. So still a very good trip and a nice use of the jetpack. I did find a use for the Bibliocraft armor stand because if you put this on a vanilla armor stand, the jetpack particles and noise just goes off constantly, and that's really annoying. So I like that for that better. Also, I couldn't figure out a way to swap just one piece of armor with the regular armor stand, but with the Bibliocraft one, I can. So that is another thing that's good about this. So let's change what we're going to do. I want to find a way to have the generators kick on when we're low on power, kind of like we are now. So the first thing I'd like to do is see about upgrading the energy cell from Signalum to Resonant. So I don't know what that will take. Let's see if we can do that though. So a Resonant upgrade kit requires Enderium, Pyrotheum dust, and aluminum gear. We made aluminum a little bit before, so that all worked out for the smeltery stuff. So where is my thermometer? Alright, let's see here. Okay, can't scan aluminum, but we can scan aluminum gears. I find that odd. Alright, so where does that leave us? That's the only thing we have of that. So pyrotheum dust is just cold blaze powder, redstone, and sulfur. Just need 2 of those, so that shouldn't be a problem. Alright, now just the Enderium. So Enderium is Enderium blend in sand, or Enderium base in sand. Okay, so Enderium I think originally came from thermal expansion, but Ender.io has something similar. So let's see here. Well, what are our other... What about this Enderium blend stuff? Alright, we've got Enderium blend, or Enderium base. So Enderium base is lead, platinum, and 4 ender pearls. 3 lead, 1 platinum, and 4 ender pearls, so basically the exact same thing. Okay, so normally you would have had to induction smelt the Enderium blend with sand to get that, so we still need Enderium base and sand, and you get 2 Enderium ingots with 2 Enderium base. Okay, so either way, that should be fine. Nope, I want to see... That's it, huh? Alright. 25% chance of slag, that's not so useful. So let's make some Enderium base. We can get that in an alloy smelter with lead, platinum, and 4 ender pearls. I'm willing to bet we get that in the smeltery too, but let's not worry about that. We need lead, platinum, and ender pearls. So let's see here. It was 1 platinum, 3 lead, and 4 ender pearls make Enderium base, I'm pretty sure. Yep, so 3 to 1 to 4 ratio. So that should be a 3 to 1 to 4 ratio. So kind of heavy on the ender pearls, but we'll replace them at some point. Okay. Smelting rather quickly, much more so than I thought it would. We have platinum left over, that's interesting. Well, I must have done the math wrong. Alright, so there's my Enderium base. And now we need to cook that up with some sand, and we will get Enderium ingots. So, again, it should be a smeltery recipe. So yeah, it's 2 to 1, so we only need half as much sand. Get 2 Enderium ingots from that. I need 2 more, and then we can finish this. Alright, so that should be everything we need to get that resonant upgrade kit. Not that, this. There we go, a resonant upgrade kit. Can we scan Enderium? Nope. But we can scan resonant upgrade kits. I find that odd. Alright, so let's change this to be a hardened, or a resonant. So, there you go. Resonant, the highest tier. It's 50 million RF. I thought it used to be 80 million in the last version, so then it was 50. I guess they've done some balancing. Alright, that's okay. That's fine for most of our storage. Later on, when we get some automation going, we can make the Ender IO stuff, which can get much higher. So now that we've got a giant battery and it's almost empty, I want to make a power monitor. So what we're going to do is figure out how much is in there, and if it's not enough, we're going to kick on the generators. So what do we have here? We've got the energy conduit and the electrical steel. We need a power monitor, a conduit probe, electrical steel nuggets, grains of infinity, and a Yeta wrench. So let's see here. We'll need some kind of stone gear. To get the Yeta wrench. And we're going to need some electrical steel nuggets. Got one more place I could put another compacting drawer for that. I guess I may as well do that. Alright, so my chest transporters. I've been making these silver chest transporters, but from looking at the website, it looks like the obsidian would be the best. They actually give double the durability of the silver or gold. So we're going to put the electrical steel in here. Alright, and where's my drawer key? Okay, so now that we've taken care of that, let's see if we can build that power monitor. So we need a conduit probe. There we go. And now we need industrial machine chassis. Do we have any machine chassis? Nope, we sure don't. So to get one of those is just some iron bars and whatnot. And now we need that industrial down to our last one. We'll have to make more of that too. Alright, so this is going to be an alloy smelter. So let's see here. Those are all of our Enderium ingots. We've got 12 more of those for now. So, finally, our power monitor. Okay, so with the power monitor, what we can do is figure out how much is in the system. So basically, you just attach it pretty much anywhere there's going to be power. I'll put it right up there. So let's see here. Machine buffers. Average output, conduit storage. Okay, I didn't realize that, but this isn't going to work with the thermal expansion energy thing. Because it thinks this is a machine, not a capacitor bank, which, I mean, it's not a machine, but it's not a capacitor bank either. So we'll have to come back and change this over to an Ender IO capacitor bank. So let's go start working on that. The first thing that I'll want to do there is work on automating the grains of infinity. So we're going to need a dispenser. And we're going to need another flint and steel. And we're going to need some redstone conduits. I'll start with one and see if we need to upgrade that. I'm going to need a timer. So let's see here. It requires stone, redstone torches, and clocks. This one's cheaper, so we're going to need a clock. There we go. There's the timer. So, if we put the flint and steel in the dispenser and pulse it about every 45 seconds, it will light whatever is in front of it on fire, in this case, bedrock. So then all we have to do is find some way to collect that and bring it back to the base. So, because it will be far away from where we are, we're going to need a chunk loader. So let's see here. Going to have to get an enchantment table. Alright. There we go, got the enchantment table, and that will get us a chunk loader. And now that we have the chunk loader, what else do we need? We're going to need something to gather up the items. You know, I've always liked hopper hawks from Britannia, so let's go make a hopper hawk. But before we do that, let's make another ender chest. So we'll make another one of the same color, so we're going to need that cyan dye. This is how we'll get the stuff back to our base. Alright, so put it down, dye the one on the leftmost, and all we do now is pick this one back up, and now we can go get that hopper hawk. So, let's see here, we're going to look for that. How do you make a hopper hawk? I'm asking for probably the 14th time. Redstone root, rune of air. Rune of air is string, feather, carpet. Okay, string, feather, and carpet probably won't be out there. So we're going to need string, feather, and carpet. The other things will be out there. The mana steel ingots and the mana powder. Alright. So, need feather, string, mana steel, yada yada. Alright, so, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go, there's going to be our rune of air. So, need some living rock. And need my wand of the forest. There we go, runes of air. So we needed 2 light gray, 2 dark gray, and a redstone root. And some seeds. And a rune of air. Okay. That should be what we need for here. And there we go, a hopper hawk. So we can put the hopper hawk by the ender chest, and it will pick up the grains of infinity. So let's see, I'll put that rune of air back in there, and yeah, this should be everything that we need. So let's go see how that works out. Alright, so here is a nice bedrock area. So we'll place the dispenser right here. Put the flint and steel there. We're going to want to get the dispenser to pulse every, 45 seconds or so. So that's going to be 900 ticks. And yeah, basically that should be good. So the next thing we have to do is put the hopper hawk somewhere. I didn't make it a floating hopper hawk. I'd have to bring grass down here if I want to do that. I can put it on dirt, can't I? Let's see if I can put it on dirt. So we will try planting it on dirt right here. Oh, there was nothing in there. Okay, we can plant it on dirt. Cool. So we'll put the chest right here, and we will break that block above it. That didn't need to be. Okay. Well, even still, that's still a good thing to do. So let's see here. Let's take something. I have another flint and steel in here, don't I? Thought I did. Well, okay. Let me go get another flint and steel. See, okay, so there it goes. It goes on fire. With one, it'll be kind of slow, but hopefully if we leave it here, it'll just sit there and collect grains infinity. So we're just going to load this one chunk, because why would we need more than one chunk? And if I turn my magnet ring off, what we should see, Hopper Hawk picks it up, it goes to the system. So there we go. Basically, that's a working system. It could be expanded. We could get lots more dispensers and, redstone wiring and whatnot. But I'm thinking over time, it will be just fine. So let's see how many grains infinity we have right now, and if we need to get more. We have 3 grains of infinity. That is a terrible amount to have. So we're going to have to do a little bit of manual grains infinity farming while we wait for that. But the basic idea is solid. So I will come back when I've got some more grains of infinity so we can switch over to a reasonably sized capacitor bank. Hey, it's a giant slime. Alright, so we've got a few grains of infinity ready to become part of our new system. I've taken the basic capacitor bank that I had already, and we're going to upgrade it to a better capacitor bank. So let's start by saying, let's see here, there's basic, there's regular, and there's vibrant. So I don't know how much vibrant can do at once, so we'll figure that out in a minute. So we're going to need double air capacitor, some energetic alloy, and a couple of these machine basic capacitor banks. So we need to make another one of those. So, alright. So let's teach the system how to build that. So let's start with a basic capacitor bank that requires those things. And then you'll need basic capacitors, which require those things. Did I make that an ore dictionary recipe? I'm not sure that is a good idea. So let's try that again. Yep, there we go. And that should get me a basic capacitor bank. And then the capacitor bank requires a double layer capacitor, which requires basic capacitors. We know how to make them. Alright. Let's go throw those into the system here. And we'll make another basic capacitor. So it's not having any problem with that. And then we want to make a double layer capacitor. No, not a basic one, a double one. And no problems with that. So there's our capacitor, here's our other capacitor bank, and it will keep our 1 million RF that's in there right now. So let's see here, I don't know how much that will do at one time, we're about to find out. So this is probably going to run me out of power, but that's okay. In fact, yeah, there it is. So there's all of our power. So we'll take you and do something with you elsewhere. I don't know what yet. But you won't be our giant capacitor. We may use you as a bigger battery for all the machines that you can transfer so much energy at once, and just leave that other one down there to be monitored, because that might be useful. Where do we leave off? We got about 2 million RF in here. That's fine. That's plenty. So, there we go. Alright, it's going to use that to charge. So now what do I see here? Okay, so now we have capacitor bank storage. So basically what it can do is it can emit a signal when the storage is, less than some percent full, and it will stop when the storage is greater than or equal to this amount full. So when it's greater than 95% full, we'll stop it, and when it's less than 50% full, we will start the signal. So it should now be emitting a signal. So rather than use this lever and do this manually, let's go get some more redstone conduits. Starting to run low on those too, but that's okay. And let's see here. Yep. Okay, so this is an output, and this is, yeah, that should be working. So it's input on red, and that's output on red, and that means it should be running, and it is. So every time this is less than 2.5 million RF, it's going to kick on all of our generators. And then when it gets to 95%, so I don't know, 4.8, 4.9 million, it will stop. And at some point, we will upgrade this to a vibrant capacitor bank, probably. We'll see. I want to give some time to make sure that automation system I set up is working before I run through all of my grains of infinity. So let's see here. We're at 20 right now. I feel like we used more than 8 getting that, which means the system is working. But also, at some point, that flint and steel will run out. So I'll have to figure out what to do about that later on. So I'll check back on that in, I don't know, an hour or so and see how it's going. But now we no longer have to turn the power on and off manually. It will just keep running until we're at the right amount of power. So it's okay, so it can do a max of 5,000. Now these things can handle more than 5,000 RF per tick, which means we really should upgrade to a vibrant capacitor bank. So let's see if we can do that. So the capacitor bank, a vibrant capacitor bank requires 2 octadic capacitors, 2 capacitor banks, a vibrant crystal, and some vibrant alloy ingots. We haven't even made 1 octadic capacitor, so, and we need, okay, it's close on. That looked weird. I thought it was going to be. Okay, so again, time to use refined storage. This is my favorite thing ever. I mean, AE was, and then AE went away for a while, and then refined storage has taken its place, and refined storage blends the best parts of AE1 and AE2 while taking out the AE2 stuff that wasn't as much fun, like running around looking for meteors. That was a really stupid mechanic, in my opinion anyway. Okay, so to make a vibrant capacitor bank, I guess I will go ahead and make a pattern for this, because eventually we'll have a multi-block structure of these things. So they do scale. In fact, we could just have 1 more regular capacitor bank. We wouldn't have to make it vibrant even. In fact, nah, I like the 1 block thing right there. So I'm going to leave that for now. So that's how we make one of those. We're going to need to know how to make a capacitor bank. Do we know how to make a capacitor bank? Just the basic one. So you make that like that. And we know how to make everything in there. So the vibrant capacitor bank requires vibrant crystals, which is vibrant alloy nuggets around emeralds. We're starting to get too many things to put in these drawers to make them compacting, so we may just have to teach it a few things, recipes that don't make sense to have, you know, nuggets and whatnot around here. Okay, so back to the vibrant capacitor bank. You know how to make octadic capacitors, which is 2 double layers, vibrant alloy, and some glowstone. Alright, I'm at the wrong place. Alright, so that's how you make those things. So how do you make vibrant alloy? It's an alloy smelter of energetic and ender pearl. Okay. Might not be a bad time for teaching some of this stuff to the system. We'll see. I'm not gonna do that just yet. So let's see here. It knows how to make a capacitor. It knows how to make some of these things. It doesn't know how to make most of the components. We won't be able to make it vibrant. So yeah, for now I'm just gonna make another regular capacitor bank. Can it do that? Yes, it can. It's going to need 20 grains infinity to do that, and it says they are there. So, there we go. So, if we watch the crafting monitor, it's already done. That thing is pretty fast. So, we'll take this capacitor bank, and we'll put it downstairs. And like I said, they become a multi-block structure. So now this thing can input and output 10,000 RF per tick, and it can store 10 million RF. So we won't stop this signal until it's at 9.5 million RF. And we won't start it until it's at, what, 5 million RF now? So there we go. We're going to run this stuff in here. So I think that's good for now. We can hold up on the vibrant thing. What we would like to do, though, to start getting that, though, is setting up a downstairs automation room with machines. So I'd like to keep all of these machines here for manual processing, but we'll make some more machines downstairs to work with the refined storage system in an automated fashion. Alright, that's a good wrapping up point for today's episode. I plan to release a new version of the Phoenix 2018 pack pretty soon. I'm going to go put that on Curse as soon as I'm done with this, and it should be up there in a couple days. It's got the newer version of Thaumcraft Beta 21, and the newer version of Refined Storage, which changes quite a bit actually, but it does have some really cool liquid auto-crafting stuff to go with it. Thanks for watching, see you next time.